Hi.
How are
How
you?
are? I'm good, thanks. How are you?
I'm doing well. I am
Good.
just wrapping up the day here in Charleston, South Carolina. And
Beautiful.
where are you based again?
I, I am in Alameda, California, which is like between Oakland and San Francisco.
Okay. All right.
Mhm.
Awesome. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, it's good to see you again.
Yeah.
And for everyone who's joining in here, Jessica is our newest partner at Awakenpedia and a wonderful holistic healer. So I'm very happy to have you here to be a part of this. And today in this Instagram Live is really just an opportunity for us to further get to know each other and to introduce you to the community, to highlight you and what you do and the beautiful gifts you offer to the world and
Mm.
helping people to work through energetic blocks and the whole range of you know, facilitating the awakening journey for so many.
Mm.
So, welcome and
Thank
thank
you.
you.
Yes, thank you for having me. This is really exciting.
Yeah, yeah. Um, so, maybe just to begin, Jessica, I would love just to pass the baton to you to tell us, the community, a bit about the work you do, the areas you focus on, and what you'll be bringing into the Awakenpedia community.
Yeah. Um, whew, where to start? Like a
Yeah,
big question.
wherever
Um,
you want to start.
yeah. So I have been working as a somatic therapist for a lot of years. I got since 2010, I started my career. Um, and more recently, especially this last year, I've really been diving into incorporating earth-based medicine and spirituality into the work that I do. I feel like when I first started my career, it was like, you get trained in mind things, and that's lovely. And then I was like, well, this isn't quite it. And then I discovered somatic experiencing and felt something totally unlock within me and went through that training and, received so much healing and in my own self and in my clients. And that was beautiful for a while. And then I hit like another plateau and I was like, and there's something more that I'm not quite hitting at. And that's where this last year, really diving into the soul aspect of the work, and not only the soul, but also our connection with the universe and this beautiful planet that we live on, and how when we can tap into those aspects, the healing is just amplified by so many levels. And I feel like we really get to unlocking what so many of us are actually really seeking.
Yeah,
So it feels just really exciting for me.
yeah. And can you tell us a bit about what somatic experiencing means to you?
Yeah.
I know there's like oftentimes people use that term as an umbrella term, but would love to know in your own experience and how you practice it and serve clients what that means in practice.
Yeah. So the somatic experiencing aspect of my work, and I'll just name there, I've been trained in a couple different somatic modalities. And so there's somatic internal family system, somatic part work, and then somatic experiencing.
Mm.
So somatic experiencing in particular is really the foundation for me. It's really tuning into our body and the ways our body communicate to us literally all the time. But in this world, we're just so conditioned to not actually listen to what our body's telling us. And sometimes, especially if you've experienced trauma of any kind, it can be really overwhelming and scary to go into the body. And so, really, we start with the foundation of coming back to safety and pleasure and groundedness and well-being in the body, and really landing there to build the capacity of one's nervous system to be able to integrate and process any sort of traumatic experience that may have happened. And I really identify trauma not only as, say, a single incident event that happened in somebody's life, but the world we live in is traumatic for our bodies, right?
Yeah.
The world we live in is keeping us disconnected from the planet, from ourselves, from each other.
Right.
And so and really driving these sorts of values that are not supportive of our well-being, which is dysregulating to our nervous system. And so the foundation of my work is really helping people come into a more regulated nervous system by building their capacity within their body to hold, charge, and to hold and charge. But we start with positive charge. We start with what's pleasant and safe and pleasurable, to then charge that is more challenging or stressful is less challenging, and it doesn't throw us outside of our window of tolerance when we've got a large enough foundation in the pleasure and the safety in the body. Does that make sense? I feel like I
Yeah,
just
no,
talked a lot.
of course. And I love the way you describe that, because I, through my own experience and in talking with people myself, and I see this in the world so much today, how so many of us seemingly are in a continuous state of survival mode.
Yeah.
And that's being reflected in our nervous system, which then manifests on the
Yes.
level of mind and body in
Yes.
anxiety and stress, nervousness, this constant high theta state of existence that
Yes.
is not how we've been designed to exist. So
Yes.
over a period of chronic time, right, that becomes dysfunctional and it
Mm-hmm.
manifests as illness.
Yeah.
So the work you do, I sense, is just so important as
Mm-hmm.
a fundamental, foundational um, practice that everyone needs to really have as a toolkit and
Mm-hmm.
part of their awakening journey and as the healing journey, because it starts there in my mind. That's how I see it. If you don't feel safe and your body doesn't know it's safe, then the foundation is rotten, right? In
Yeah.
many ways, and
Yeah. Yeah.
and you need to correct that first before you can go deeper into healing. Um, Even the deeper layers of trauma and conditioning that have to unravel.
Yeah. And if we're really looking at, right, our souls having a human experience, which is the point of this earthly existence, I think, what I have found and in my own life and in clients is that oftentimes we can use spirituality and we can use this sort of ability to connect to other dimensions, unseen realms, as a way to almost disconnect and escape the body and escape what's actually going on because it doesn't feel safe. And while there's nothing wrong with that, right? We can have really beautiful, wonderful experiences. When we can have those experiences and be in the body, like the power is just so amplified and so magnified, right? Like we can have these really beautiful spiritual experiences and then be safe in the body and come to the body and really bring them into this life that we're actually living right now. um that's like where magic happens. And
Yeah.
so yeah, I
So
think the body's so important.
yes, and how it's all interconnected, right? To the mind and the soul, and
Yeah.
like this
Yes.
three-legged stool of
Yes.
mind, body, and soul. And they all are so integral to holistic health,
Yes.
which is why I'm so happy and honored to have you here as a part of the Awakenpedia family, to be providing the services you do. I really mean this. I was so excited to talk with you and to share this news to Awakenpedia family, because I got to sit in on your workshop with in context of Cherished,
Yeah.
the course that you're offering, 4-week course.
Mm-hmm.
And I was truly just so blown away by the way in which you communicated healing, the somatic healing perspective in context
Mm-hmm.
of the various elements of our world and universe:
Mm-hmm.
earth,
Mm-hmm.
air,
Mm-hmm.
water, fire. Um, I don't know if you want to go into that at all here in terms of just sharing,
Yeah,
talking a bit about that course and
definitely.
what your aim is with the course. And I know your focus in particular is working with women, and I want to highlight that because I think that's important. I have my own mom, of course. I have a sister, my little sister, and I know how strong the female pain body can be.
Mm,
And so having a targeted focus, and of course healing work is not a gender specific thing, but
right.
in context of working, helping women to work through their conditioning, you know, that's a particular flavor. So I'd love to know how you kind of are purposing this course that you're doing, um,
Hmm.
and cherished, and just talking a bit about that.
Yeah, definitely. And, you know, I do focus my work on women. And that being said, I'm so grateful for men who are doing healing work and men who are support men doing healing work. I think that is also really important. It's just not my area of focus. I
Yeah.
really specialize in the particular female body and the ways in which women, in particular, in our world, have unique harms that can be addressed. So, yeah, in Cherish, this course in particular is really near and dear to me. I am incorporating somatic work with the connection to the elements of this earth, just like you said, but really looking at each element as internally and externally. So both how the earth, right, is representative of our physical body, our physical sensations, experience in this world, and our connection to the physical realm of Mother Earth and how we can tap into that through our mind, body, and soul. Um, and my purpose just get a little like it gets a little personal. So my real purpose of this course is, you know, I've done a lot of healing work over the years. Like I have always been engaged as a professional, but also in my own healing. And um, there are some wounds around not being accepted in my immediate family for my spirituality and things like that, and particularly with my mom. And so there are layers of needing to do my own self love work, right? Really being able to hold and love my own self, my own inner child, and done a lot of work on that. And keep feeling like, oh yeah, I've got there. Oh yeah, I've got there. And then it just keeps coming up, right? This healing journey is such a spiral. And when I was when I feel like I've gotten to the biggest breakthrough that I've had. That being said, again, it's a spiral. I don't think that I'm like totally healed, or none of
Yeah.
us ever get to that fully
Yeah.
healed point. But the thing that I have found the most helpful is when I was able to really tap into, I don't have to do it for myself. I don't have to hold that unconditional love all alone. When I am able to tap into this earth, this Mother Earth from my mind, body, and soul, I am connected to unconditional love that is greater than even me. It's
Mhm.
greater than even my mom. And the truth is, I have this connection, this tapping into this unconditional love. My mom has that for her own self. I don't have to meet her needs. She doesn't actually have to meet all of my needs. That's not actually her purpose either.
Yeah.
And when I can tap into this source, I am able to be so filled up that I can hold my inner child with all of my wounds. And when I am totally full from that, yes, higher self, exactly.
Yeah.
When I am totally full in my own self from this unconditional place, then everything gets better, right? My relationships get better. I'm not looking towards my relationships to fill any needs. I'm not looking towards my work to fill this hole within me, this need. I'm actually coming from a place that is so full of love that it's pouring out of me and giving into these other ways because I'm not needing other aspects to fill those things for me. And so it's deeply powerful, and it's something I practice for my own self. And then, you know, it's another thing that I really see in most of my clients. Like we do a lot of inner child work, we do a lot of healing on those levels. And it's a common thing of I'm holding myself, I'm loving myself, and I just wish there was somebody who was holding me.
Mhm.
And so being able to access these other dimensions and these elements in the earth, um, we're able to do that. And it's not just earth, right? It's air, water, and fire, and it's all interconnected, and they all hold a different piece and aspect of this. But the foundation, the core, the reason, the meaning behind it all for me is for us to really be able to always tap into our worth and our value that is inherently there just in who we are, not in what we're doing, not in how we're showing up and meeting other people's needs, right? For as women, we're so conditioned to be of service, to meet the needs of those around us, and that's how we're valuable. And so to just rewrite that story that we are actually valuable just as we are and worthy exactly for being, and that we can come and live from that place and the power that comes from that. So yes, I deeply care about it, and it's
Yeah.
from my heart, my soul, my own experience and work that it has been birthed from.
Yeah, and I could feel your passion and the authenticity behind it, as I did in your workshop, which was
Mm,
such a joy to just listen in on. And again, to see the way in which you were able to connect the essence of this innate intelligence that indwells within
mm,
us through the various forms we interact with in life
mm,
of earth,
mm,
air, fire, water. Truly so beautiful and so impactful because you're speaking to it and of it from a place of deep presence yourself.
mm,
And that's why the teaching and the healing is so powerful and
mm,
pure. So I
mm,
really appreciate your presence, and it's such we're so lucky to have you as a part of Awakenpedia and to offer the services you do because um, I was able to sit in on it firsthand. I felt it, I know it, and I'm excited
mm,
to have everyone else who's a part of Awakenpedia and beyond continue to experience, your work and working with them. So maybe you can also just speak a bit more about what else you offer in terms, I know you have the Cherished course, which is
mm,
focused
mhm.
on the elements that we just talked about, but what else do you offer and
Yeah.
what's live right now for you?
Yeah. So I also do one-on-one work with people. And so that looks like sessions, like if you just want some one session or a couple of sessions,
Yeah.
or like a monthly thing, or a package. I also do package where there's sessions combined with like daily check-in and things like that. Um, I am doing the Cherish course. That's going to be a 4-week course where we do an element each week. That's starting in 2 weeks. I'm not exactly sure what day we're on,
Yeah.
but it's sometime in 2 weeks. And then after that, I've got for the rest of the year, my plan is I've got 2 more courses planned. One is going to be for women and really owning our anger and using our anger to be
Mhm.
able to be in touch with our power, because we're so conditioned to shut off our anger and not use it. But when we can actually be in touch with it and use it intentionally, it can be really empowering. So I've got that course coming, and then I've got a course on inner child healing and our sovereignty, that will be around the end of the year and the holidays, because that tends to be a very tends to come up a lot at
Yeah.
that time of year for people. So those are the other 2 things that will be coming in the next couple months.
Wow. Okay, nice. So all of this is in store for through the end of the
Yes,
year, upcoming year.
yes,
Okay.
yes. And I don't have things planned as of January, so I just got through the end of the year
That
planned right now.
that's the best part about living from the unknown through the now.
Yes,
It just happens.
yes,
It's all happening, and it
yes.
comes out of nothing, and,
Mm,
and that's the purest form of creation and artistry, and that's when it's
mm,
most effective and
yes,
most true and powerful, right?
yes, totally.
Yeah.
I agree.
Um, So why don't we talk a bit just about, your offering to Awakenpedia? I know we talked a bit
Yeah,
about how, as a new partner, you had a special promotion, if you want to call it that,
yeah.
to extend to the
Um,
community, and
yeah,
would love to just hear about that, and we can share it with the community after this as well. But
definitely.
yeah,
Yeah, so I would like to offer, and I'm not sure how logistically, I don't know
yeah,
exactly how it all works out, but $111 off of anything that people are wanting to access. So whether that's a session or a package or a course, I've tried to figure it out in my system like a coupon. So I'll see if
yeah.
you're a part of the community, just message me and I will make sure that you get that. And so yeah, $111 off of
Mhm.
anything that's calling to you, whether yeah, it's a session, the
Oh, wow.
course, yeah, whatever
Amazing.
feels aligned.
Thank you, Jessica, for that. And of course, I love the 111, the angel number.
Yeah.
I saw today 111-222-333-444, and I'll hopefully catch the 555 coming up Eastern time here.
Yes.
But that's a wonderful gesture, and I know how appreciated that is from me, and will be from the community as it's
Yeah.
received.
Yeah.
So thank you for that. And guys, I really do want to continue to reaffirm Jessica and her genuine impact and ability to help you heal and work through blocks and traumas, and to lift any trapped egoic energy that you're carrying. So much so that I even got the Cherish course for my own mother.
So beautiful.
You know, that's how much you moved me, and how much I know it can move others. So if it means anything to those who are watching this and a part of this, know that Jessica's one of the real ones. And that's one of the best compliments I could give, if not the best, because
that just like got me in the heart. I could feel that. Thank you. Thank you.
Yeah,
Yeah.
of course. Yeah. I mean it. I do mean it. And that's why you're a part of this community, and why I'm so happy you're here. And you serve as the standard and the embodiment of the type of partner we want and who we want to work with. And what you uphold the vision for what I want Awakenpedia to be as we enter the new age. A place for real people, earnest spiritual travelers that are leaning into truth, leaning into the awakening journey, that are aware, growing in awareness, and want to shed all of that which they are not, so that their true self can shine forth and they can be liberated, right? From the weights that have been holding us down generationally, personally, collectively. It's a time for truth. It's a time for liberation. And, you know, having people like you by our side is going to be part of that. And as we continue to grow the Awakenpedia brand and family, you know, we hope to be able to offer a one-stop shop, if you can let me call it that, one-stop shop to help serve the entirety of one's awakening journey. We know that there are many roads that all lead home, right? And some people really appreciate more of an intellectual approach,
right?
And you know, with reading books, and you know, that's kind of more how I actually came to realize my essential self. Of course, through suffering, but that was kind of more my road. But other people prefer and appreciate having, you know, go more of a body approach, right? Through somatic experiencing, or yoga, or Reiki, or tapping, or whatever. There's dozens and dozens of modalities. But the essence remains the same, which is that they all help us to realize who we truly are beyond the form, to realize that indwelling formless nature that exists within all forms of life.
Yes.
Yeah.
And I love that you named it. Yeah, we all have different ways of coming to this and accessing this. And that's what's so beautiful, right? There is no one right way. There is no one path. We all have our unique individual path that is our unique expression of who we are and our soul light to be shining in this world. And that's the joy of doing this work, is being able to walk alongside people as they're discovering that for their own selves and really coming into that. And yeah, it's fun.
Yeah. I always, I mean, coming from finance and coming from private equity, and where ego masks had never been more dense, I can say that I wake up every day with feeling absolute bliss and gratitude to be able to do this now, do this type of work, which of course it's all an undoing, an unlearning,
right,
an unconditioning, an unbecoming, and just letting go, surrendering and shedding. And so every day is such a gift, right?
Yeah, it's funny, just as you said, I was having a conversation with a girlfriend yesterday, and we're both moms, and we're like, the goal is to just have them have as little unconditioning to do when they get older as possible. Like, that's just my goal, like to support that as much as possible. Of course, knowing that we're only doing our best, but that is the goal.
Yeah. Right. Well, awesome. Look, I think this is a good place to kind of just wrap things up. Really just wanted to get on here to have a few minutes of face-to-face time to formally announce and showcase our partnership together, and coming in union to help facilitate the awakening and healing journey for everyone as we enter the new age. I think it's so important to cooperate rather than compete as the
Mm.
foundation of how we work and do,
Mm-hmm.
in the
Mm-hmm.
new age.
Yeah.
And we need it because a tsunami is coming in
Mm.
terms of the awakening consciousness. And
Mm-hmm.
given how asleep the world is today, yet it's shaking, and the tides are turning, and I can intuitively sense the inflection that's happening where more and more people are waking up,
Yeah.
starting to come to realize and who they're not, and then
Yeah.
through that coming to perhaps surrender to who they truly are. And that's where we need people like you, and these partnerships are so important because um, the supply and demand gap is so massive. We have so few true providers
Yeah.
and practitioners today that can actually service people's souls. And
Mm.
again, that's just why I'm so happy and blessed that you're here, you're a part of this, and I'm really looking forward to seeing where this goes together, how we're going to continue to help each other and, support each other's endeavors
Yes,
as we
I agree.
awaken. So,
There's this one more thing that
yeah,
wants to come through that I didn't
yeah,
name. Just as you're speaking, I was like, oh, that part of the reason that I am using the elements in this course is that, yes, it's within our bodies and all of that. And the spirits of the elements are here and they want to support us also, right? They have been waiting for us. The spirit of the water, of the fire, of the air, of the earth, they've been waiting for us to wake up and to come online. And they are just so excited to be supporting us in this journey. And so that's part of my passion behind this particular course.
yeah, yeah. It's a powerful one. And how many spots do you have left still to fill? Do
Five.
you know? Five.
Five.
Okay,
Mm-hmm.
so five
Yeah.
remaining spots. Five remaining spots, and the generous promotion you offered for Awakenpedia and members, they can apply that to this course. Is that okay?
Yes, of course.
Okay.
Yes, 100%. Yes.
All right.
Anything.
Awesome.
Yeah.
So we'll make that happen. And thank you again. Yeah.
Yeah. Thank you for having me. It's been lovely.
Yeah. To the stars
Okay.
and beyond. We're on our way.
Yes.
All right. Thank you, Jessica. We'll talk soon. All
Bye.
right. Bye bye.